Hello, hello. Hello, and welcome to the Tech stream. Today we will be doing something a little bit different around for Apex. I've never played Apex in my life, so I could not help you there.
You have a possibility to play it with me. Guitar, 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 guitar. Come to my boudoir.
This is going to be just a big conglomeration of every single little thing you can do as a scout that I believe can help a new player get better. And a good start should be payload. Payload is most likely, we'll have hard bots as well. Payload is probably the best map you can do to get started on because it's very easy to understand the concept, but it also heavily orientates your mind to the mindset of, hey, we gotta help the team. We gotta work as a team. We must complete the objective. Gobbling these nuts. Now, as a scout, you most typically want to be on the blue team because the blue team is the offensive team most of the time, and scout is definitely at his best when he's on the attacking team. All right, so as you know, you have your scatter gun, 6 shots, 32 rounds in reserve, so you usually won't be having issues with running out of ammo mid-game. There's usually, since you're a scout, you'll have a... The first thing to know is Scout, even though he doesn't have a lot of rounds at his person, especially for his pistol, you'll be moving around so fast that you can usually find stray medkits or ammo packs laying around the map. The best way to play Scout is to attack your enemies that are already busy. That way you can get the jump on them. Now see, I ran into 2 horrible things in that situation. I had a sentry gun in the back and I had a scout that I was trying to fight. Situational awareness is number 1 in TF2, but especially as a scout. You must know the distance of everything. If you want to get better as a scout, the best thing you need to know is your distances. How far are you from everything? Scout is 100% range based. If he's in a good range, you're in a good zone. But if you're out of place, if you're a little too close to someone or a little too far from someone, say a sniper, you're not going to have a good day. Now, of course, Scout is just terrible at countering sentries, and as you can see, when you have an engineer that's very dedicated to his sentry gun, it's kind of hard to deal with it on your own. And now, got some teleporters. Never hurts as a scout to just ruin their teleporters. And just like that, anyone can do good against a bot, but a real player, can we use these same strategies we discussed against real life players? And yes, right after this, after one round of putting our basic scout skills into practice, then we're going to go through each different individual weapon and see how best to utilize them. Because as I've said before, there is no such thing as a bad weapon in TF2. So, we're on defense. Now I can show you how to play defense as a scout. It's not very easy. It's not easy. You do not have the tools to be as sneaky and effective as you would on offense. However, there are still many ways you can absolutely ruin the enemy on defense as scout. Yep, really hard to make an example game features. So, we're just gonna leave. We're just gonna leave and we're gonna go find a different game. First, we're gonna analyze the terrain. Let's see, what do we got? We got some chest-high walls, good for hiding. We got a medic, we got a soldier, very dangerous, get careful. Now, you see that you got a scout? If you got a scout with you and he's rushing, follow him, absolutely follow him. What's dangerous than 1 scout coming at you at full speed? 2 scouts coming at you at full speed. You know what's hard to hit? 1 scout. You know what's hard to hit? 2 scouts jumping around you, shooting at you. Well, what do we have here? Sniper. Aha. I'm behind him. Now, as I've said before, there is no way to train to get better at hitting your shots as a scout. It's just something that eventually you figure out how to do. It took me eons to figure out how to fight with a scatter gun. And you just want to get that one good shot. You see that? I didn't even have to move it the second time. It was right over him and it killed him. Now medics. Medics are kind of tricky. See, when a medic comes at you like this, with his melee out, he's probably going to kill you if he hits you, because medics like to get random crits. Now here's that demo knife. Demo knife's the same thing. They're great only if you don't get close to them. But if they're not looking at you, or you're just that perfect distance we talked about earlier, where you're about yay distance and you're maintaining that distance, you can absolutely ruin a demo man's day, or a demo knight, or a medic with his uber saw out, whatever the case be. Now you notice I haven't used my pistol a lot in this map because I haven't really needed it. However, check that out. That's a pyro hiding, protecting his spawn, protecting his point. This is a perfect time to use the pistol, as I don't want to go anywhere near that absolute monster. We talked about the scattergun, we talked about the pistol. Well, let's see. Let's say you don't want the scattergun, you know? Yeah, you like having all those shells, but you want something with a little more instant killing power. Even more instant than the scattergun, which is a very powerful weapon. It's way powerful than the shotgun. But let's say you want something else. Let's say you want something a little meaner. This is the Force of Nature. It doesn't need an introduction. It's a double-barreled shotgun that does more damage than the scattergun and shoots really fast. How fast, you may ask? Well, let's see. Unlike the typical scattergun, you know, it's a bang, bang. This is a slug, slug. So, as we know, Force of Nature, very powerful. However, we've been in a couple situations where, shoot, I'm out of ammo. Shoot, I don't want to take the time to reload. I need damage now. Well, let's say you want something a little more consistent, something a little more quick to the heel. This is where the soda popper comes in. But yes, the soda popper. You don't need a secondary with the soda popper. You just don't. It loads so fast, it shoots so fast. Some argue that the soda popper is actually more powerful than the scattergun, the stock scattergun, just because of that quick burst damage and reload. Technically, you can two-shot soldiers all day with this, and then two-shot another class, quicker than you could with the scattergun. It's very viable if you just need that quick, instant, no frills, just slug someone twice, get the damage over with. Now let's see. Uh-oh, that was a mistake. That was a mistake. If you're hurt, do not harass someone if you're hurt. Boom! See that? I was there for my teammate. As a scout, I was able to run over to my teammate, didn't even know he was in trouble. However, I was able to protect him. Now see, we have a scout. Damn it. I wasn't able to help him, but I was able to get that guaranteed hit. That's another thing. If you're kind of like, oh my god, I'm flubbing my shots super bad, I'm not getting hits, I need to hurt this guy right now, baseball bat. Because it's kind of hard to fuck up a bonk. Now, let's say you want to go back to your roots. You know, you want a bit more scattery gun, but you want something cool. You want something unique. You want something terrifying. That's where you get out the babyface. This is the babyface blaster. 4 shots. A tiny bit more accurate than the stock scattergun. At least I feel. It feels a lot more accurate than the stock scattergun. And then the other downside is it makes you a tiny bit slower at the start. Oh, see that boost in the corner? I got a little bit faster. Let me do it again. Blam, blam, blam. Now I'm really fast. Oh my god. Now I'm a speeding bullet. No one can stop me. Let me see if I can get away with some nonsense. Oh, grenades. Blam, blam. Holy shit. This thing's the greatest thing that was ever made. God himself must have crafted this beautiful artisanal weapon. Because now I'm running much faster than the normal scout. And I am a literal bullet. It's really hard to explain the thought process of using the babyface because it is extremely technical, but I can boil it down to when you're going fast, stay fast. If you have the babyface, you get into people's face. Quick question, all of you that are watching, have you learned something from this? Are you actually getting some decent information? Here we have the backscatter. It functions a lot like the babyface, where it only has 4 shells and it's a standard, scattergun design pattern. However, it's a little inaccurate. The buckshot spreads a bit more. Now that might be bad, for range purposes. However, as a scout, remember, you're fast. You can control how close you are to someone at all times. So range is never really an issue. Now we have a demo man that's harassing your team. What do we do about him? Blam, blam, blam. As you know, the backscatter gets bonus damage from the back. As I just perfectly was able to explain there. I was able to one-shot a spy. Oh, here we go, a pyro. Blam, blam. See, that Pyro's terrified. He does not want to turn his back to me because he knows he's going to get fucked up. But the Scout is very good at pushing advantage. Sometimes you gotta whip out your pistol, sometimes you gotta whip out the melee and just bonk someone. We just used all of our previous tactics. Boom. Now, here's how the shortstop works. It still is a mean damage dealer. It's just not as impressive as the scatter. However, that's some pretty solid damage from a pretty solid range. And then you whip out your pistol, finish him off. You kind of use the shortstop as a primary pistol per se. Use the scorch shot. Boom. The shortstop just kind of does things that the Scout normally can't do, like say, engage targets from medium range. Since both the pistol and the shortstop reload in a full clip all at once, you kind of want to use them together, you know? Like, alright, reload all your rounds. Now go for it. Boom. I may have missed with my shortstop, but my pistol was able to come in clutch because I didn't have to change my picture of aim. Sometimes maybe start off with the pistol, and then as you're closing the distance, switch to the shortstop. Yes, another thing. You can probably use the shortstop to attack sentries from long range as well. Since the secondaries and melees aren't as important, with some exceptions, to the mains, I'll just start off with about a couple lives for each one. Not a whole game. We'll go back to the scattergun. Alright, now we have Bonk Atomic Punch. This is basically your hazard avoider. You know, if there's a sentry gun running around or a large blockade of blues that you just kind of don't want to deal with, or perhaps there's a sniper watching you, you can just give them the fucking middle finger and say, yeah, you can't hit me, you dumbass. I have Bonk Atomic Punch. I'm just going to walk right past you. Later. It's hilarious. Now, of course, you're always going to have some jackass chase you down because the bonk now makes you slow after it's over, which, once again, no idea why they did that, but hey, they gotta nerf something, right? Now, see, the bonk would be a lot more effective if your team wasn't fucking stupid. Maybe you need something else. Maybe you say you want to use the Mad Milk. Mad Milk, this is the fucking greatest tool ever made. This thing is amazing. This thing is banned from competitive tournaments just because of how powerful it is. Let's say, alright, I want to help my team out. Fuck that guy. Now everyone will get healing if they shoot him. What the milk does is, first off, it puts out any sort of fire that is on your teammates. So let's say you're surrounded by pyros. Oh no, everyone's on fire. You throw it at them, they stop being on fire. Or let's say, hey, these guys are being dickheads. Let me give my team a boost. This milk will heal you if you hit them with it. If you hit them with the milk and then shoot them while they're covered in the milk, you will heal from that. The bonk would be way more useful if your team wasn't fucking stupid. Yes! Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh, oh, oh!
Alright. We need something to kill Joey. That's where you get out the Criticola and you just fucking throttle him. Criticola is for when you want to kill someone because they need to die. They just need to die. No matter what the range is, no matter what the scenario is, they just need to fucking die. I'm fucking terrible. This, aside from now, opposite of the winger, this thing is a damn direct upgrade to the pistol, and if you're not using it, you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot. Because this thing shoots faster. This thing is a goddamn submachine gun with 9 bullets in it. As you can see, I vaporized that sniper from a good distance away, and I was able just to keep up the pain. Also, you'll notice it heals you. Every bullet will heal you 3 health. I really cannot stress enough. If you want a pistol, just use the. If you want a pistol and you don't want the extra jump from the winger, and you don't care that you have 3 less bullets, go for this thing. The Pretty Boys Vodka pistol is fantastic. It does a little more damage. It won't do as much damage per magazine. However, it will do it now. And a faster fire rate means you're hitting your shots more often because it's just the perfect pick tool for Scout. It does its job perfectly. It's a very good pair with the scattergun. Let's say you got your scattergun out, blam, blam. You get sniped from a spot that's halfway across the map. We're gonna use the winger a little bit more, just because it's a little extra mobility you have. Oh, speaking of which, you must have it in your hand. You do not get the bonus jump right off the bat. You have to have it in your hand. However, the little bonus mobility you get just from having the winger is just such a massive difference. As you could see, I was able to make a lot of crazy getaways just because I had the winger in my hand. 25% bonus jump as a scout, it's crazy. You can hop on signs, navigate different avenues, avoid conflicts altogether just because you can jump higher. Sigh. I say, this is a wonderful day to bring out my skatey board.
We doing this.
As the young kids say, Ollie.
You, it's all you, baby.
Here's a great example. Oh god, I'm on fire. But I had the sun on the stick out, so I didn't melt. I had the son of a stick out, so I survived that encounter. At best, this is a harassment tool. However, when you're bleeding, you have to get a med kit to heal. So you just kind of find a sucker, blap, and now he's bleeding, and the teammate around him is bleeding. And now you just run, you get away. You somehow get outran by a pyro, which that happens a lot. Take out your ball, bonk. Boom, he's bleeding, and now he's freaking out, and now he doesn't know what to do. Blam, blam, get out of here. Alright, well, now we shall go with the Boston Basher. Now, the Boston Basher, I can only really show you its best effectiveness if I had another medic with me. Now, how medic guns work is that as you're being healed, and you're not taking damage, the uber charge builds slower. However, if you're constantly being hit by, say, even your own baseball bat, like this, like One Dumb Nerd is showing me, his uber is exponentially just going nuts. Now, as an actual combat weapon, it's not great. However, it has uses. Like, let's say you sneak up on some poor sucker, like this, using the godforsaken, goddamn, ugly-ass vaccinator. Just hit him in the back a couple times with the Boston Basher, and that fucking shield will go nowhere. Now see, sadly, but I hurt the medic, and now he's going to die from bleed and fire damage. Boom. Look at that, free med kit. Free fucking med kit. Ain't that awesome? Now, the last truly effective weapon is the Fan of War.
That's a joke, lads.
That concludes Xenotech's quick little reference guide on everything Scout. Hope you all learned a little thing or two from this guide. I know we didn't get a big people watching it, but hey, my subscribers, or not subscribers, my followers, the people who are, always there for my streams, they're the ones I want to please the most. So the fact that you were all here to check out on these cool my brain tips, tips straight from the brain of Xenotech, well, all my technicians could maybe learn something from them. So that'll be the end of the stream. Hopefully you all had a wonderful time, and hope to see you next time. This is Xenotech signing out.